It's doing it.
It's doing it. It's doing it. It's doing it. Are we ready? Are we sat down? We've got Margot. We've got Hugo. We're going to go click. Oh,
Come to London, he said. It'll be nice and sunny, he said. It's the end of June. Look at this cloud.
it's a bit cack, really, isn't it? It's a bit cack. We're in Regents Park.
We are.
I know it looks like we could be in any park in the country, but we are really
The post
in
office
London.
tower is just over there, but there's a tree in the way, so we couldn't really show that to you.
And we found the quietest possible. You wouldn't believe how busy Regent's Park is. We found the most quietest corner of it, away from all the filming, children, two men in a park filming with children around. So we found
Away from the children.
we
Don't
found
want it.
the
Don't want any of that.
quietest, safeguarding and all that. So we thought we would hand over to you and your comments
for a point. But there's
Yeah.
there's one that came in specifically, and as we're still in Pride Month, because June around the
Yes.
world is Pride Month, I'm wearing my Pride shoes.
But we've got
Pride
we've also
vans.
got one more week to go before the general election.
Oh, God. Yeah.
And
Prediction?
I think the Tories are going to be conservatives
Wipe
are
out.
going to be literally in the minority. I think even the Greens will overtake the Tories this time.
I don't believe that. I think that I believe that the Tories will be the official opposition. I don't believe that Nigel Farage will get as many votes for will get seats for reform. That's seats for reform. I don't believe that.
Clacton.
I suspect he will probably win his own seat,
Yeah.
but he doesn't want. I mean, on that Panorama show, it's like he was laughing off the stuff that Nick Robinson was talking to him about. But the point is, he's a great pub bore from the sidelines. He doesn't want power. He doesn't know what to do with it. But anyway, I do think that Keir Starmer is there as a large majority.
I think he wants to be an MP. I think he's always wanted to be an MP, and he's always settled for European MEP. But he wants proper British.
Well, he's had 7 goes at it and not been elected, so we'll see. We'll see.
But
Anyway, the point of the Pride episode is that Donna left us a message on one of the previous episodes, didn't she?
She did, yeah, and she said, as a straight listener, I know all about it, but maybe
I know all about it, said Donna.
Maybe we can talk a little bit about what Pride is for anyone that's new to that doesn't know, quite frankly. So
in 1969. There were riots.
There's a man about to go past us in the background without a shirt on, and I'll try and zoom in on him in post-edit. But he looks absolutely
there he is.
Just like me, but
with your
without
clothes
a shirt
off.
on.
Does he?
Yeah.
Does he?
Yeah.
See, that's another thing I want to be grumpy about at some other point. People that shouldn't take their shirts off, because I don't want to see that. And I count myself as one of them.
You can. He can leave it. He can take it all off.
Anyway, Pride. 1969, Stonewall Inn, undercover police, and the Stonewall riots started because of that. And then, of course, we're at 50 years of Pride this month. It's a 50-year Pride celebrate. Well,
the Stonewall riots and then Pride was set up a few years later. Yeah, absolutely. So, but now you could be forgiven for thinking it's just a bit of a jolly in the park, but at 50 quid a head, where actually the whole purpose of Pride is to fight for the rights of the LGBT and plus.
Because it is not legal to be gay in a whole pile of places still around the world. There was a thing on Twitter the other day which said, talk to me about straight pride when 2 straight people can't hold hands walking down the street and feel safe. And that's really the point. You can be straight anywhere in the world. Dubai is a great example. I know you've been to Dubai.
Yeah.
But
actually, public shows of affection are in any same-sex.
Exactly right.
It's all pretty much barred.
Then that's that story of the person that we know who opened Grindr in Dubai, and apparently it was quite busy. But within 5 minutes, a bunch of people have messaged him saying, "Take your face off this. Take your face off your profile."
Yeah, it's just crazy, absolutely crazy. So that's why Pride exists, to raise the awareness of the injustice.
Yeah.
Don't
do that.
We've got to do Pride. But so whilst it seems like a bit of a long weekend here in London and cities around the UK, it is there for a reason. And you know what? It wasn't that long ago, in our time, when even though it was perfectly
1980s,
legal, it wasn't that long ago that any gay couples could be the equivalent of stoned for showing any kind of affection in public. As strange as that might sound now, and there's still parts of the country where you wouldn't do that, but that's why. So Donna, thank you for that.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
I mean, I'm not sure we're a terribly in-depth history for you, but it is important, and it is important.
And also talking about gay pride and us gays, Taylor Swift's in town.
That's the whole point. We shouldn't have to go.
Us gays. That, yeah.
We don't, which is why we're out there doing this.
But Taylor Swift's in town.
Who?
Taylor Swift.
Who?
Taylor Swift.
Who?
Taylor Swift.
I have no idea who Taylor Swift. I understand by the news that they're called Swifties, but I couldn't name a song. She could literally walk past me now. I wouldn't know who she was.
It doesn't matter if you don't know who she is.
I know Kylie is.
Well,
I know who S Club 7
she's
are.
the 2020s version of Kylie.
Is that for real?
I tell you what, Kylie never had the economic impact that Swift has had on cities just by going there and doing a concert has resulted in massive influx of money, and she's only got to mention that pub in one of her songs, and that pub has suddenly become a tourist attraction.
She's got a pub in a song?
No, she's named a pub in a song in London.
Okay.
And that pub has now become a magnet for Swift fans. Whereas Kylie, she sung about Better the Devil You Know.
And wore little gold hot pants.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. Girls wearing hot pants. Be careful, girls. Unless you've got the figure for the hot pants, please don't. I mean, seriously. Some of the things I've seen in the last week when we did have a couple of hot days, it's the same with boys with their shirts. So don't go around with your shirt off if you really shouldn't. I mean, to be fair, we're fairly notorious nudists. So, you know, not in a park like this, obviously, but but frankly, unless you're in that kind of environment, don't do it.
Maybe get a full-length mirror. Everyone, that should be on the manifesto of all the parties. Everyone should have a full-length mirror at their front door before they. Maybe door manufacturers need to build it into the backs of doors.
This is what you should really think. Would your dad be happy with you going out like that? Grumpy,
absolutely,
old, gay.
Yeah. And when you go out, please, a request from an old man here. Can we please stop listening to music on the loudspeaker of your phone? It's driving. Literally, I nearly said 50 years ago, but it probably is. I had a better sounding transistor radio in my pocket than these mobile phones on. We don't want to listen to your music. Secondly, it's not music, it's just a noise. And thirdly, there's no lyrics.
And can I also say, if you're on a train or you're on a bus and you're having a conversation on FaceTime,
we don't need to hear it.
Headphones in.
We don't need
headphones.
To hear it.
I do not. I mean, it's bad enough hearing one side of the conversation, let alone two.
Hearing both is just a drivel.
I don't need to hear that.
And inevitably, it's prefixed with, "Yeah, I'm on a train. Yeah, a train."
And it's like, "Oh, can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
No, you've gone. No, you've gone. I'll call. If you can hear me, I'll call you back. I'll call you back. Oh, she's gone.
All of that. It's just annoying. It's just really annoying.
It's just really. So please turn those bloody loudspeakers off and have some dignity in your conversations. It's just bizarre. That was Duncan. Duncan, you mentioned that one. Loudspeakers on mobile phones.
I think Duncan was in a hotel and somebody had music on in the table next to him, and it's like at breakfast. Why would you do that?
And Annie has also said about keeping on the theme of mobile phones. She's saying about delivery people. Why are they always on their phones?
Actually, they are, aren't they?
And they really are.
I'd never really noticed that until I saw that comment. I'd never really, but they are.
They're always. They're always on here.
But do you think that's?
A man's just gone past.
Is it the same? Is it the same man? Yeah, it's the same man. Do you think? Stop it.
I'm over
Stop
here.
it. Hormones down, boy. Down, boy.
If they went up, I'd be happy.
Do you think that's just so that they don't have to talk to the customers?
Well, they don't anyway.
Is it a fake conversation?
If they're not on the phone, they just knock and run anyway. So I think that's another one. Isn't
Somebody knocked on the door the other day. It was a chugger, a charity person.
At your front door?
At the front door, knocked, and I thought, okay, well, I went to answer the door. I went, I have a doorbell. Did you not think to ring the doorbell? He went, oh, I find people tend to come to the door when I knock. I went, well, I didn't invest in a doorbell just so you could do that.
I think I can beat that, actually. I had a postman. It wasn't a parcel force. It was a postman. Had an envelope that was too big to go through the front door. So he left it on the doorstep. And
they do that frequently.
And I was at my desk looking down into the front garden, and I saw him come through the gate. Heard the gate go. Hugo heard the gate go. I'm thinking he didn't knock. So I went down. It's on the doorstep, and he was like 20 feet away. And I went, "Why didn't you ring the doorbell? You just left it on the. You just left it on the.
Hugo, don't growl.
On the doorstep." And his answer was, "I don't do doorbells." You're a freaking postman. What do you mean you don't do doorbells? He said, no, not in camera ones. I don't do them. I went, but you've been captured.
You know, it's captured you anyway.
You've been captured just walking up the garden path. So you've actually created evidence of you just dropping a parcel package on the doorstep, you knobhead. So
I bet you didn't say you knobhead.
I did.
Did
I
you?
did, yeah,
did
I did.
you?
Yeah,
Ooh.
I did. And I was so infused, I actually tutted as well. But I nearly sent it into Royal Mail because I was so angry that here's a man saying, "No, I don't do doorbells." You're a frigging postman. They might play an integral part in your...
Come. Before we filmed this one, we went and had a cup of coffee at the little cafe just up there. Can you tell the story about the not milk and then the money and all of that? Because
so
you couldn't make it up.
There's a cafe here which is on it looks like a bit of a bandstand like we were on last week, but it's been covered in glass. And we went in there and I asked for 2 skinny lattes,
like you do,
and she took the money.
This is why we go to Costa, because you actually get better service and better coffee in there.
And it would have been better coffee.
Yeah.
And no problem. I mean, it took an eternity to get to the front because somebody wanted something that wasn't on the normal menu. And eventually, two skinny lattes. The woman behind us starts making the drinks, and I said, because he likes lukewarm and I like extra hot. So I said, could you make one of those really extra hot for me, please? I didn't know it was a thing until recently, but you can ask for extra hot because lattes.
Anyway, yeah. Get to the story.
So she said, what, in the lattes? And I went, in the skinny lattes. And she said, oh no, we don't do skinny lattes. We don't have any skinny milk. I went, well, she never said that when she took my money. So she said, oh, well, yeah, we don't. I went, okay, 2 black coffees then, 2 black coffees. And so she started making black coffees, which was fine. So
and then you noticed that should have been cheaper.
Well, it's only 80p, but it should have been 40p a cup. It should have been. So I said, well, I'd already offered to pay by cash. No, we don't do cash. That's another.
We'll keep that one for another day.
Pay by card. And I went, well, that's an 80p refund then. With all due respect, I'm not paying for something that I haven't had.
Yeah.
Oh, well, no, we don't do refunds. What do you mean we don't do refunds? We don't do. We don't do refunds. So maybe you can choose something that you want to eat. Well, no. If I'm worried about keeping the calorific content down because I want skinny milk, I don't really want a chocolate brownie.
No.
Instead. So
I mean, I do, but I shouldn't have it.
And because they don't take cash, they can't give you an 80p cash refund. So and they can't do.
But you got your refund. How did you get your refund?
The barista went to her handbag and got 80p. Got 80p out of her handbag.
You can't make it up.
Cash only, card only, but then when it all goes tits up, they're flipped. They're flipped.
And that's pretty much the end of June for us.
That's June done, isn't it?
June is done.
Is that?
It will be July next week.
So the next time we talk to you,
oh God, then it will be election day.
It will be the day. It will be election day.
It will be election day. So we still won't know the answer.
So shall we upload on Friday next week so we can do?
Oh, that's a good idea because we will have been up all night watching it anyway because we're.
So maybe we'll find somewhere Friday morning to go and record.
Yeah.
And then we'll upload it so we'll know what the outcome is.
We could come back to London on that Friday morning.
I've got to work.
Oh.
I've got to work Friday morning, but well, maybe we can do something by the power of magic. Anyway,
by the power of Grayskull.
The dogs, So we'll know this time next week. We will know who our Prime Minister is.
Wow.
Vote wisely.
Please vote. Please. I don't care who you vote for. I mean, I do care who you vote for, but use your vote. Make sure you do.
Please vote. So that's us.
Bye then.
Over and out.
Oh, bye.
Hello. Can I say hello?
Girl.
Hi.
Are you stuck, Margot? There you go.
Oh, we're going to.
Hello.
Those fall down, those seats?
Yeah. No, they're good. Yeah, they fold down. Yeah. They're called stretch seats. What's it? Very good.
Yeah. Yeah, fine, yeah.
All right. But great for festivals and great for queues and great for all kinds of things.
Well, you could put on. It's got a shoulder strap. Put it on your shoulder. They'd never know what it is. It just look like a plastic bag. Yeah. What
Go
are you
to
growling at?
sceneontv.co.uk. You can buy them there. I think they're $9.99.
Yeah. They're more expensive on Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seen on TV they're cheaper, but you'd only pay if you bought more than one. You're only paying one postage and packing, so it'd be a lot cheaper if you're buying two. Yeah.
Yeah, sensible. And you can carry it over your shoulder as well.